Yo yo yo, it's Sahara here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a quick hair journey of my hair leading up to locks. Alright, so this is my freshman year in college of 2016, and I often wore my hair curly and natural. I would do twist styles or just put water on it and wear it like that. This is after I had washed my hair and blow dried it, and I was just, feeling myself. In this video, I feel like it's a perfect video of how healthy and like how much volume and life my hair has to it, and I was super carefree and feeling super confident about my hair. Around this time in the spring of 2017, I decided to dye my hair completely black and to get bangs. During this time, I mostly wore my hair straight and flat ironed, and I embraced the bangs and the beanie lifestyle. Alright, so beginning of late spring, I dyed my hair, and then in Chicago of last year, I went to Chicago and I wore my hair straight. So this is after I dyed my hair and I was living in Chicago. In Chicago, I really loved my hair just because it was super healthy and it was long and it was just really pretty on me, and I feel like it gave me a different look. And I think this was like one of the times where I felt just, I embraced my hair and I loved it, and I was just really proud of taking care of my hair and how healthy it looked. And from going to like curly hair and then straight hair and then having a big chop back in high school, having my hair be this length and be this healthy was really, really a special moment for me, because my hair was living its best life, let me tell you. Alright, so this is the spring of this year. I wore my hair straight most of the time. I also decided to add in some clip-ins to my hair just because I wanted to make it even more stupid long. So I decided, okay, let's just embrace this kind of long, straight, simple look. So during this time I wore it straight. I wore hats and beanies, and sometimes I would also braid it. So these pics are just me like embracing the straight hair, and I think at this time too I felt super confident and very pretty because I associated pretty with long hair. So in this time I was definitely feeling really confident. Alright, so in the summer it's time to do a protective style, and who doesn't love box braids in the summer? So this picture was taken when I was in Tennessee, and I decided to get box braids just because I wanted to have my hair protected. And I loved box braids in the summer because it just gave me a really simple look, and it reminded me of Zoe Kravitz, and people would always tell me like, oh, you look so pretty. So I really loved my box braids in the summer, and I also had them ombre as well, and I also added some like little yarn to it, and I just loved how my hair looked. And I was hoping that when I do start my locks that it'll eventually look this pretty and this long and healthy, so fingers crossed. Fast forward to this year of August, I decided to take the braids out and completely dye my hair this ginger color, and I decided to cut it into a bob. Around this time, I started to gain a little bit of weight, and I felt like the bob was going to be the best hairstyle for my face, which became really round. Now we are all up to date, and I decided to get locks on September 14th. And I went to the shop to get Starter Locs, and how do I say this? I went to the shop to get Starter Locs, and the woman who did my locks, she told me that since my hair was a little bit more loose and curly, she thought that the coils wouldn't last in my hair, so she told me that she was going to do interlocking. And I didn't know much about interlocking, but I just trusted her judgment. And that was definitely a mistake, because interlocking sets your back so much. Like, not only does it make your hair super tight, but it also can make your locks uneven and thin. And the first couple weeks of having my locks was very hard for me because I felt super ugly and unattractive, and I just felt like my hair looked awkward and stiff and thin. And I paid this woman $200 to do my hair just to end up with something I didn't like. So I definitely learned my lesson in doing research and just not letting anyone do your hair, because I was so tempted to take my locks out when I first got them because I just felt so unattractive and awkward. So when people talk about that ugly stage, I can relate because I felt ugly, and it definitely impacted my confidence and how I viewed myself. I think after a couple of weeks, when I started to get more used to my locks, I decided, okay, let me try to put it into two buns, or try to like give it some flavor, and maybe I'll feel a little bit more pretty or attractive. So I just started to embrace my locks, and they started to do this thing where they were getting more fuzzy, and I think they were even budding up, and whatever my locks were doing, I was digging it because I started to feel a little bit more confident and sure of my lock journey. And I often wore my hair up in a bun, and I often had bangs just because I have a huge forehead, and bangs definitely are a must have. I even tried to do a braid out. So this is in this video, this is just a result of my braid out. I made my hair super curly, and I feel like it made my hair look a little thicker, so I love this braid out. So when people talk about the ugly stage, I just want to touch on this again. It's not that you are ugly, it's more so you feel ugly. So it definitely teaches you patience, and it forces you to find beauty within yourself, and not only based on your looks or how long your hair is or your weight or any of that. My first couple of weeks of having my locks was, I felt just super ugly, and it reminded me of when I got my big chop back in high school. It was a new style, and I was unsure of it, and I had such a negative outlook on my hair. And so when I got my locks, it brought me back to when I had my big chop, and it took a couple weeks for me to realize that my hair doesn't define who I am, or it doesn't define my beauty. So when people say the ugly awkward stage, it may be ugly, but there's also beauty in it once you are able to find that beauty within yourself. Alright, sorry for the little preaching rant. Anyway, so this is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. The next video, I will be talking about my lock update. My month one lock update. So yeah, thanks for watching, and just stay tuned for more exciting videos. Alright guys, stay chill.